Hey, what's up guys? It's your wax girl back with a video about how to make these cute wax tarts. Now I have one here that I tried piping on. It didn't work, but my next video will cover how to actually do that correctly. Okay, so you'll need things like a pot to melt your wax in, probably a scale for your wax and your scent. You may want some color. I did not end up using color, but if I did, that's what I picked out. Also, I decided to use this gardenia scent. It smells amazing. I got a lot of this from Candle Science. If you want to know where I got anything, just, comment below. That's my butane torch, or you can use like a warmer. I also have my pillar blend here, and it is the IGI. It is paraffin wax, and I will teach you how I broke it apart later. I have a video below where I learned how. So these are my molds for my tarts, and they are from Bed Bath & Beyond, and I'll go a little more into why I chose the ones I did later. So if you're curious, this is a wax warmer. You put the little tarts in the top. There is a light bulb inside that you turn on, and it warms your wax, and basically it's great because you don't have to babysit it like you would a candle. You can just turn it on, leave the room without, having to pray that your house won't burn down. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about these molds. I got them from Bed Bath & Beyond as a set. They are hard plastic, but the underside is a silicone kind of springy texture, and this just helps make it easier to pop them out. And I recommend having some sort of silicone part to your molds. It just makes it that much easier to not accidentally crack them. So like I said earlier, this is my wax that I chose. I took it outside and literally smacked it on my cement steps. That's what the video I saw recommended, and I've linked that video below if you want to watch it. But it just kind of helps break it up faster than having to use a hammer, and I now have smaller chunks and larger chunks to use depending on my project. So, as with any wax, I have melted to a certain temperature, added my fragrance oil, and now I'm cooling to a certain temperature before pouring. Okay, so as I messily pour these, I want to talk a little bit about why I chose such a small size. Now, you would probably need to put about 2 of these into a normal size wax melter to really fill it up with scent. But what I like about these smaller ones is that you can mix and match. If you find 2 scents that you love and they're smaller, you can put them in together instead of having to cut a bigger one in half, which is kind of just a pain. And especially when they're really cute and pretty, you don't want to destroy them with a knife. So that's why I chose something a little smaller, and that's kind of why I call them bonbons, but people call them all sorts of things. Melts, tarts, etc. So you're going to go ahead and let them cool, like, all the way, because I tried pushing them out too early and some of them got dented on the top because they were still too soft. So especially if you keep them on a colder surface, like a countertop that's made of like stone or tile, it'll help cool them faster. You could stick them in the fridge, but I personally don't. Mine worked out just fine. You just have to let them cool all the way. So that's it. It's pretty straightforward and simple. They do dent in a little bit on the top. You could do a second pour if that really bothers you. If not, then just leave it. I just left it because these are practice ones. But as you can see, they just simply pop straight out of the container, and it's wonderful. Some of these do end up with wax around the edges. That's pretty easy to take care of. So you can use your fingers if you're just using them at home. This is more of an aesthetic thing. It doesn't really make a big difference. But if you're selling them or if you display them, you might want to clean up the edges a little bit. You could use a knife, or even easier, you can use a vegetable peeler to just very, very, very lightly scrape the edges. I like to save the little bits that come off because you can put them in future projects to make like little confetti colors in them. So it's totally up to you, or you can just toss them or remelt them or whatever. That is your decision. Wait, did you think I was gonna forget the melt porn? No, of course not. Ooh, look at that. Look at that melt porn. Oh baby, come to mama. That's right, drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Ooh, you naughty wax melt. Look at that wax porn. So like I said, that's basically it. In my next video, I attempt to do this piping. It actually looks a lot nicer, and I discover what my mistakes were, but I think they're pretty cute, and I love them, and I hope you do too. And I want to thank you all so much for watching. I have a second channel now for all of the videos I make that really aren't specifically wax related, so that link will also be in the description below. I love you all so much. Have a wonderful New Year's.